Okay. Good afternoon for everyone coming to this debate session. For today's debate session, we have two teams, the government and the opposition team. Today's debate will raise the topic of internet. The motion is the internet making us stupid? Okay. The members from the government team are Alfina Amaliya Karima, a speaker 1, and then Rissa Alifia, a speaker 2, and Tiara Maharani, a speaker 3. The other side from the opposition team are Ahmad Alpariji, a speaker 1, Tria Adinda, a speaker 2, and Sulisanti, a speaker 3. All of the speakers will explain their argument for 3 minutes. In the first minute of every speech, the speaker from the other side can have opportunities to offer the question with raise your hand and say point of affirmation information. You have 15 seconds to deliver your question. After all of the speaker from two teams already explained the argument, we have reply speech with 2 minutes time. Start one speaker from the opposition team and continue to the government team. Let's begin our debate session today. Start from the government team. For speaker number 1, the time is yours.
Okay, thank you, moderator. My name is Alfina Karima, and I'm the first speaker of government team. So I'll start my speech in 3, 2, 1. As we know that internet is a system or a place where we can find anything in it. Since COVID entered to our country, Indonesia, the use of technology is increasing rapidly, especially in the field of education. Even after the pandemic is over, many people still use this internet, but also many people use it in a wrong way. And I'll tell you the reasons why the internet can make people stupid. First, VPN. Even after the government closed the sensitive content, just like pornography or another sensitive content, now we have VPN, which can be downloaded in the Play Store or App Store. By this VPN, we can widely find anything which closed by the government. Imagine if somebody curious about the porn content and they download VPN simply because this curiosity, they download it and watch it there. So what's going to be happen? First, they will watch it not only once, because the catch to this says that people who already watch porn content once, they will do it again and again, just like there's something addicted in the pornography content. So what the impact? The impact is in the JAMA Psychiatry 2014 stated that watching pornography continuously can interrupt their memory power, so that can make people stupid, of course. Second reason is they choose to rely on internet rather than talking to people around them. For example, when people having, for example, history assignment, they will, rather than talking to the teacher or friend who already know about the question, they will choose the simple way, which in this case is internet. They can simply put the question in the search box in Google, and then the answer will appear. They will just directly write it down without even try to analyze. So if we compare this with people who choose to talk to their teacher, history teacher, the understanding will be different. First, people who are using internet as the answer will not even try to analyze why the history could be happened. While in the second case, people who choose to talk to their teacher, they will try to analyze why the story could be happened. So from this case, actually there are many case studies or research which prove that internet bring bad impact to our life. So our house believes that internet can make people stupid. I'll return it back to the moderator.
Okay, thank you for your argument. And now we move the first speaker from opposition team. For the first speaker, the time is yours.
Okay, thank you, moderator. My name is Ahmad Alpariji. I'm from the opposite team. Before I get to the point, I would like to tell you that the internet is very advancement of civilization. The speed of growth, the speed of interaction, and the speed of change brought about by the internet is very significant for our life today. I think you're just telling us without any good reason that the internet makes people stupid with a small example. I would like to say the internet is something great today. Many people nowadays can even make money from the internet and become the source of human lives today. For example, from the education system, if we look back, we will find it uh, very difficult to access the information and knowledge. If people in the past had to go to the library and look for books to get the information, nowadays with the internet, people only use a smartphone and type on a smartphone. We will find a lot of information and knowledge very quickly without any struggle. This is the current progress that the internet bring us to a positive impact. Uh, the internet also from the internet also find we can also find a lot of research from those who voluntarily share it with all of us. The circulation, a lot of information, also make us have additional abilities managing and analyzing the information. In fact, the internet make us richer in knowledge and information and give us additional abilities. I think enough from me. Back to the moderator.
Okay, thank you for your argument. So now we move to the second speaker of government team. So for the second speaker, the time is yours.
Okay, thank you, moderator. So, my name is Rissa Alifia. I'm from the government team. I will start my speech in 3, 2, 1. IQ scores have been falling for decades, coinciding with the rise of technologies, including the internet. James R. Flynn, in a 2009 study, noted a drop in IQ points among British male teenagers and hypothesized a cause. It looks like there is something screwy among British teenagers. What we know is that the youth culture is more visually oriented around computer games than it is in terms of reading and holding conversations. This is exactly what our first speaker said. Furthermore, the internet provides many tools. For example, Google and an AI tool like ChatGPT, which can help students to do their assignments, or we can say as cheating, right? There are also so many more tools on the internet that I couldn't mention them one by one. So with those tools, they don't even need to think. They can just simply copy and paste what they search and found on the internet. I can guarantee that there are so many students who use the internet like this. Thus, they do not train their brains to think critically and instead make them even more stupid. On the internet, there is also a lot of information that is not relevant or a hoax. This hoax information can lead people who read it to misinformation, and there is even information that can provoke people to do or assume something bad. In instance, hoax information spread by fraudsters. So the victim is being offered a job, etc., and instead of getting the job offered, the fraudsters manipulate the victims so they send them some money. Fraud modes like this are often found in the Telegram. Therefore, there are many more hoaxes, such as misleading content, that I couldn't mention them one by one. There are many reasons why hoaxes spread quickly. Mainly, it's because the low level of literacy in the society. In addition, there is the phenomenon called FOMO, or fear of missing out, which encourages someone to spread information as quickly as possible to show that he or she also knows. So I can take the conclusion that hoaxes are created by smart but bad people. But what's worse is that hoaxes are spread by good people who are, stupid. Further, the internet makes us believe we can multitask, a skill scientists have found humans do not have. Our functional IQ drops 10 points as we are distracted by multiple tasks on our computers or phones. I can give an example that I have experienced, which is doing an assignment while joining an online meeting. So the internet has destroyed our ability to focus on and complete one task at a time. I think that's enough for me. So I would like to say that our house is right, that internet is making us stupid. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your argument. Now we move to the second speaker of opposition team. For the second speaker, the time is yours.
Okay, thank you, moderator. I'm Tria Adinda from opposition team, and my argument is the internet provides a diverse population of people with more equal access to information and society. The basic argument that the internet makes us stupid is the search of much misunderstanding. First, the idea of stupidity or intelligence relies heavily on IQ and other standardized tests, which are racist, classic, and sexist. Additionally, somewhere between 21 and 42 million Americans do not have reliable broadband access to the internet at home, or between 6% and 13% and 49% of the US population, 162 million people, is not using the internet at broadband speeds. Thus, we have to question who the British male teenagers who experience a decrease in IQ caused by internet use. For those with access, the internet is an impressive tool. Kristen Jensen explained, internet access is providing information is very powerful. So it's not the internet fault. It's more towards the self-control of its users. Social media in particular offers a mode of communication accessible to many people with disabilities. Deaf and hard of hearing people need to worry if the hearing person knows sign language or will be patient enough to report himself for clarification. The internet also offers a space where people with similar disabilities can come together to socialize, offer support, and share information, all without leaving their home, and add benefit for those who find it difficult or impossible to leave home. And older adults use the internet to perform a number of everyday tasks, which is especially valuable if they don't have family, friends, or local social service to help. They may also benefit greatly from using the internet. And yes, the matter of time goes back to how the person manage his own time to use the internet. So it's not too much and not the internet faults. That's it from me. Thank you. Back to moderator.
Okay, thank you for your argument. And now we move to the third speaker of government team. For the third speaker, the time is yours.
Okay, thank you, moderators. My name is Tiara Maharani, and I'm from government team. So I will start my speech in 3, 2, 1. While much of the technology is too new to have been truly researched, we rely on the internet for everything from email to seeing who is at our front doors to looking up information so much so that we forget how to or never learn to complete simple tasks. And the accessibility of online information makes us believe we are smarter than we are. We require GPS maps narrated by the voice of the digital assistant to drive across the town in which we have lived for years. Nora Newcomb, PhD professor of psychology at Temple University, stated GPS devices cause our navigational skills to autotrophy, and there's increasing evidence for it. The problem is that you don't see an overview of the area and where you are in relation to other things. You're not actively navigating, you're just listening to the voice. Millennials were more likely to use pre-prepared food, use the internet for recipes, and use a meal delivery service. They were least likely to know offhand how to prepare lasagna, curved turkey, or fry chicken, and fewer reported being a good cook than Generation X or baby boomers, who were less likely to rely on the internet for cooking tasks. Using the internet to store information we previously would have committed to memory. How to roast a chicken, for example, is offloading. According to Benjamin Storm, PhD associate professor of psychology at the University of California at Santa Cruz, offloading robs you of the opportunity to develop the long-term knowledge structures that help you make creative connections, have novel insight, and deepen your knowledge. I think that's enough for me. I give back to the moderator. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your argument. Now we move to the third speaker of the opposition teams. For the third speaker, the time is yours.
Okay, thanks moderator. I'm Sulisanti from the third speaker of opposition teams. Okay, I will start this speech in 3, 2, 1. Okay, here's the problem. The idea that the internet itself makes us dumber has been seen as an undeniable truth. This is summed up in a word that is almost unavoidable when we talk about the way we use the internet today. The impact the internet has on us. Almost all the articles you will read about using or influencing the internet use this metaphor. But the internet doesn't affect us, at least unless we adopt a very passive attitude towards the internet. And also, the internet doesn't make us stupid, but we can choose to offer, but also by thinking harder about what we want us to do. But we need to start thinking not only about the internet itself, but also in terms of intellectual and the moral side that we want. Because these are the two things that will guide the creations of our internet. And then individually, we are more dependent on our technology than ever before, but we can do more than ever. And then basically our brains are increasingly being used to open up a new knowledge, such as searching something in the internet, and then we directly read a new information. Therefore, it is tantamount to adding a new insight. And so our house disagree that internet makes us stupid. And internet has made us smarter and internet more capable and more productive. But the internet doesn't make us any wiser. That's all from me. Back to the moderator.
Okay, thank you for your argument. Now we move to the reply speech section. So both of the team have 2 minutes to give the reply speech from all of the argument. So let's start from the opposition teams. For opposition teams, the time is yours.
Okay, thanks the moderator. Then I will reply the speech from the opposition teams. Okay, for the first speaker to the second speaker of my team in opposition teams, said that the internet actually makes us rich in information and knowledge, also makes us have additional skills, and internet have positive impact to refresh our brain after a full day we doing something like school or work. And so internet doesn't make us stupid, but we must be able to take of the internet itself. That's all from me.
Okay. Thank you for your reply speech. Now it's the government team turn to give the reply speech. For government team, the time is yours.
Okay, thank you. I will give my reply speech. My team presents a negative view of the internet, suggesting that it makes people less intelligent. We are argue that the reliance on the internet for information hampers critical thinking skills and promotes laziness. Additionally, my team reference a study that indicates a decline in IQ scores among British teenagers, which they attribute to the visually oriented youth culture and depends on computer games. The ability to copy paste information without critical thinking is highlighted as another concern, along with the negative impact of multitasking and decreased focus by the internet. My team also suggests that the internet has led to depends on technology for basic tasks, resulting in a decline in practical skill and knowledge. Lastly, we argue that relying on the internet for storing information instead of committing into memory and inhibits the development of long-term knowledge structures necessary for creativity and insight. So the conclusion is the internet contributes to a decline in critical thinking, focus, practical skills, and long-term knowledge development. Thank you. I give back to the moderator.
Okay. Thank you for your reply speech. Now, I think that's all for today's debate. Perhaps our debate give all of us more knowledge than before. And let's end this debate with Hamdalah. Alhamdulillah. Okay, I'm Ricky Andrian as the moderator. Today's debate officially closed. Thank you.
Thank you.